There's going to come a time in this next introduction when you will suddenly pay attention a little more closely. So, wait for it. And raise your hand if you think you know when I've gotten to it. Wes Harvey is an artist originally from Van Buren, Indiana, the popcorn capital of the world, he said. He received his BFA in ceramics in 2002 from Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. Then his MFA in ceramics in 2007 from Texas Tech in Lubbock. That's not it either, sorry. He has exhibited his artwork nationally and internationally. His artwork can be found in a number of publications, including 500 contemporary ceramic sculptures and the Essential Guide to Mold Making and Slip Casting, and also in the permanent collections of the Art and Artifact Collection at the Kinsey Institute for Research on Sex, Gender, and Reproduction. Thank you, yes. That's it. Is this thing on? Art and Artifact Collection, and we're not sure which his thing belongs to. And also the Shanghai Museum of Arts and Crafts, as well as collections in Italy throughout the US. He currently lives and works full-time as both an artist and educator right here in San Antonio. Teaches all levels of ceramics at the University of the Incarnate Word. Please don't think of the Kinsey Institute for Research on Sex, Gender, and Reproduction when you welcome Wes Harvey.
Well, I'd like to thank PechaKucha for inviting me tonight. And like Nan, this is my first time here, so not only am I nervous, but excited to see everyone here. And I'm following a great round of 4 presenters, so that also makes me a little nervous. So I thought I would wear this collar tonight to also make me uncomfortable while nervous at the same time. Okay, let's try this out here. So, if I could describe one image to go with my work, it would be Liberace, pianist and vocalist for 4 decades, who, by the way, always denied being gay, which I find hard to imagine from this image here. He loved golds, floral patterns, and extreme tawdriness, all things that I love. How can you go wrong with a pink fur coat with sequins and glitter and pink pants and vest to match it? I don't know what else to say about Liberace. 2 main things in my work are glitter and gold leaf. I love the tackiness that gold leaf adds, and my studio mates know that I'm always looking for something to gold leaf around the studio or my house. Glitter has become very recent in my work. I started coating my pieces in resin and getting glitter to attach. So I thought, how can I use glitter, gold leaf, gold enamel, and could I put any more gold on this piece? Which is called glitter and gold. And it is a functioning vase, by the way. I love all things kitsch. Kitsch has always been in my work, and I think it always will be. My grandmother was a huge fan of kitsch, so I grew up loving it from the moment I was able to recognize what a garden gnome or a pink flamingo is. Something very close to kitsch is cute, a very close cousin to kitsch, but I like the kind of cute that just makes you sick to your stomach. Now, I don't hate kittens, but, you know, kittens with the flowers, I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that. So I like to use the kitten reference also for the sexual reference that it gives. These 2 plates are called cock stare and pussy stare. And I wanted to look at this idea of the male gaze, and so I thought the beam of gold shooting from their eyes would be perfect. Christmas is coming up, and I was working on this piece recently, which is called Babs, Bears, and Boys. And I love Christmas, I love decorating for Christmas, and I really just wanted a candy cane colored vessel to go in my some show. Hand building is, oh, we're on the wrong one here. Lady Gaga is an influence with my work, and I like the fact that she, with her new album here, she's using Botticelli's Venus in the background. And she had made a comment the other day about where Warhol introduced pop into art, she's wanting to bring art into pop. And this is from one of her recent performances where she dressed up as Botticelli's Venus to sing her song, Art Pop. Now I figured out why I got off, because I think I put these in the wrong order. These are two of my recent handle pieces. The white one is called Venus, and the gold one is Dreaming in Gold. And with Lady Gaga's Botticelli Venus reference, I happened to be listening to that song in the studio, and I was like, I really want this vessel to be called Venus, and I want the guy on a gold-lustered shell. Tom of Finland is a huge influence within my work, and he was an artist and illustrator doing these very homoerotic drawings in the 1940s through the 1980s. Some scenes can be very sweet and innocent, like the ones you see here. And the next image can be a little bit more deviant. And I kind of find it more intriguing nowadays with the work to cover up things, because I feel like it leaves a little bit to your imagination. You probably kind of know what's going on here. This was a piece where I used to work just so anal and OCD, and I actually dropped one of these cups and it ripped, and one of my studio mates thought this was a really good piece, and I questioned him, and then it turned out to be one of my favorites. Drag queens are a huge influence. I'm always out down at the strip catching drag shows. This is Lady Bunny from New York, and I just love the overdone makeup, the big hair, the glitter, the sparkle, like the process that they go through. I like that layering that's involved. This piece, so I thought, why not go ahead and start using food as a sexual reference. Some people have said that this piece is a little phallic, so I thought, why not make the bananas pink? And then why not put some glitter on them? The Rococo and the Baroque are two time periods that, of course, I love, as did Liberace. For their golds, their floral designs, the overly decorative, the attention to detail, and I would love my living room to look like this one day. These are pieces from a recent performance I did, which I had never done performance, and so it made me extremely nervous to put myself out there like that, where I was at the Fox Motel, if you know about it, and I was under the covers simulating like I was masturbating, and when the lights came on, I threw the covers off, and this is what you, the viewer, saw. So you may have thought you knew what was happening, but actually I was eating a red velvet cake and got extremely sick the next day. Okay, let's get me off the big screen here. And I thought it was very interesting that Richard ended with an Alamo also, so I thought, well, what's more kitsch in San Antonio than the Alamo, and if I give it the gay flag colors, and maybe that's a glory hole in the corner, I'm not sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wes Harvey. It's awesome. No question? No. First of all, you work at the University of the Incarnate Word.
Yes. Don't tell anybody.
Are any of the nuns here? Give it up for it. How does that,
It's a double-edged sword. I'm an adjunct, so...
is that a sexual term?
If I were full-time, I might have to reconsider the work, but as I'm not, then I'm going to go with this work.
Okay, I really want to follow up on that, but okay, so where can people say if they want to get a pair of cock stare and a pussy stare, where do they go? Do they have to come and compare? Do they have to buy both? Because really, I'm not interested.
We have a back room at Clamplight Studios that you can enter into. Clamplight Studios is the...
Clamplight?
Clamplight Studios. It's a gallery and artist co-op that I share with 3 other artists, Fredericksburg and Ashby, and then I'm represented by Red Lodge Clay Center in Montana.
Somebody back there wanted to know how big that the gold apples and the banana vase was. How big that really was, and if they could buy it, how much that would be.
That was one of the first pieces that sold recently in my show.
Really?
So you'd have to talk to the person who bought it.
Wow. And is it tough in San Antonio to sell gold glittery bananas and stuff?
Well, I was kind of nervous the first time I exhibited this work in San Antonio. I wasn't sure how it was going to be recepted, and it went extremely well, way better than I thought. And the second show I had of this kind of work, I sold the whole show in 2 hours.
Wow.
So, I guess San Antonio likes their homosexuals.
I don't want to be crass and say how much it is, but some of the people here might want to know if they go, how much are we talking?
Depends on the piece. Plates are $100.
Oh, okay. And you're at the Alamo gift shop, can you get the glory hole thing? Is that
If you go into the